It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Looking at the Lakers, their loss is mounting. Now it's 7 straight. They've got to find some answers and find them quickly. They're hoping to turn it around with a win tonight. And tonight we have two up-and-coming teams. Lots of talent, but also a lot of inexperience. Shaq, the youngsters looking forward to this battle. How do they keep their emotions in check?
Well, emotions can be positive, Ernie, if you play under control. Because if you get out of control and start doing crazy stuff, it just goes crazy. But both coaches will work hard to keep their players focused.
You gotta stop that.
Yeah, man. Well, it's fun to watch the future of the league. And I want to see which guy separates himself and says, I'm going to be a dominant player in this league. A dominant player. That's why I love this.
If you do that again, I'm going to have to put my fist down.
Does nothing, Ernie.
Whoa.
Does nothing.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
It's game time in Los Angeles from the Staples Center. All the crowd ready to go as they look to cheer on the Lakers. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And joining us in the booth for tonight's game, the incredibly talented Kobe Bryant. Kobe, thanks for once again joining us.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of the team.
And, of course, Jordan Clarkson will need to find a way to overcome what he brought to this team.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago, obviously looking long-term rather than short.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, I never thought about it until I hurt my back. Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, I realized that I liked that side of the game. And Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. Kobe, there are a lot of great guards and wings in the league right now. When you look around, are there any that remind you of the way you played or maybe are approaching, going down that road and say, I want to be like Kobe Bryant? I watch a lot of his tapes, much like you did when you were growing up.
Yeah, well, Isaiah has a hunger and a thirst for the game. Mm-hmm. And he's not going to stop. He's constantly curious. He's constantly
his
working.
His size makes him a different kind of guy, though.
Isn't that unbelievable, though?
It is shocking.
That's unbelievable. But he can finish at the rim. He can shoot the long ball. He can pull up left and right. He has great physicality and a great body about him where he can punish bigs at the rim. And the other is Kawhi. I mean, when I watch Kawhi play, I'm just looking in the mirror. The moves, the positions on the floor.
So glad you said that. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and it's a great, great feeling because, I'm sure Michael felt the same way. Right? When he retired and he watched me play, you're seeing the same spots. You're seeing a person who studied the person that came before, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel when the wheel's already been created. You just put it on a different car.
Well, he has been guided by his coaching staff to watch you and Michael Jordan tape, and I think that's kind of what he's done.
Yeah, well, we've connected. We've talked about this stuff before in the past, and again, he's a curious kid.
And all business.
Yeah, curious. Steps out on the floor, he's all business. He's nothing funny. There's nothing silly going on. He's here to do his job, and he's here to help San Antonio win games.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Jackson and Chris, the athletic pair in the forward slots. Bledsoe and Booker, the engine of this team. They're the backcourt. And it's Allen in at the 5 down low. Well, Kobe, something that's such a huge tool in the NBA and the team's offense is the pick and roll, the screen roll game. You've done it as well as anybody. Just how are the nuances and the attention to detail important to make that play work?
Well, it's really important, but the screen roll today is run differently than it was, say, when Utah was running it with Stockton and Malone. What you're seeing now is more of a spread floor screen roll action where it makes rotations very difficult because you have to rotate off the shooters at a distance.
Right.
So now what you tend to see more teams try to down pick and roll coverages and sending guys to one side of the floor and try to play the screen roll coverage with 2 men and try to not have 3 guys in the action where you have to rotate and now push your team behind, right? And that it's a dance of, can you play the screen roll with just 2 guys? And on offense, can I force you to have a 3rd guy come in and rotate? If I can do that offensively, then you're behind.
Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
Here's Ball, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up. Kobe LeBron said he learned so much about how to approach the game when you shared the floor on Team USA. What was it like playing with a guy like him, as you also played with Jordan, and then going up against him all those years?
Well, I think it was a shocking experience for them because I don't think they realized how much I talk trash. So, what? I don't think they knew because, when you from a distance, you say, Kobe, we thought you were really quiet and all sorts of stuff, and you get to practice, and I just don't shut up. And I'm just saying really brutal things about their game. And it's just, they're getting really ticked off. But then,
because you were right.
Yeah,
right,
but then the intensity of practice goes up another level. And then we'd all go out to dinner. And then the next morning, we come into the meeting, and I've already been working out for 2 hours. And so then they see that. And then, D. Wade would come up and say, hey, man, I want to join you in your workouts. What time are we going? 5 a.m. He'd be down there working out. And Brian said, I want to come too. But Brian would show up, and then Melo would show up. And all slowly but surely, we have our whole USA team in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning training.
What a constructive time, I would think,
for
those other players.
But it was fun for all of us because we got a chance to hang around each other and think about the competition, right? So now when we come back to the NBA, fans are getting a better product. Right? Because we've all been working out and pushing each other and getting better off of each other. So now when we step on the court to compete against each other, that means we have to take our games to another level.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a great story. First one falls for him.
Bledsoe, so athletic and so explosive. He just continues to get better in a lot of areas out on the floor.
Bledsoe hits them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Kobe, for a guy like yourself who made an incredible amount of three-point shots during your career, what is it like watching Steph Curry? Just how much has he changed the league? It was always watching the dunks of Jordan. Now we got kids that want to shoot the ball from distance.
Yeah. Shooting the ball from distance now has kind of become like a home run in baseball, right? Where it's exciting to watch the ball in flight. I think it's great because it just adds more love to the game, more things that players could do or kids can do that can't dunk, right? It's like dunking was the thing, right? But now for kids that can dunk, there's something else that's fun. There's something else that's entertaining, like shooting threes. Right? So
but boy, that takes a lot of work. Huh?
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, it's a lot of repetition.
Hundreds of shots daily.
Yeah, and it's a lot of repetition. I mean, Steph, you watch him out there playing and making all these shots. Yeah. He's put in hours and hours and hours of hard work and continues to do so.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Phoenix. Ball, no good.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here. It's going to be Booker shooting. Lonzo Ball picks one up. With that three-point shooting on the rise, Kobe, if you were coming into the league right now, would you try to lean more in that direction than the incredible acrobat that you were when you were in your prime?
It depends who I was playing against. Mm-hmm. I try to build my game to be able to do all those things.
And you could. I mean, you're like one of the few guys that could do all that.
Yeah, so it just depends on who I was matching up against, which determines then how I would try to punish the defense.
I like that word.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a softer one. I was punish is a good one.
You're honest. Free throw good, Booker. And in the history of the NBA, only a handful of players have lasted 20 seasons. Kobe, you played all 20 with the Los Angeles Lakers, an NBA record for seasons with one team. What does it mean to just having worn that Laker jersey your entire career?
Well, I mean, it's a huge honor. I've always been a massive Laker fan, even when I was a kid. And so I never dreamed that I'd actually be wearing the golden armor for my NBA career. So to be sitting here right now, having played 20 years, is literally the coolest dream that could have ever happened to any kid. Happened to me.
And I don't know that it'll happen again. The way the league is structured now, money, the free agency, even though you had a chance to leave a couple times, you always chose to stay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's loyalty is a word that you hear thrown around often. But in this day and age, it's very tough to see in sports because of the cap, because of, the free agency market and so forth and so on. So I've been very, very fortunate to have a great organization and to be able to have played 20 years of my career here.
Kobe, the league seems to be moving away from isolation basketball, sometimes called hero ball, in favor of more ball movement, more of a fluid offense. What do you make of that trend?
Well, I think it's the right thing. I mean, if you look at the way the Knicks played, for example, when they had Bill Bradley, Busher, Phil was coming off the bench.
Well, you are a historian. You love the history of the game, don't you?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I can just tell working with you.
Yeah. Holtzman was coaching. You had Frazier out there. I mean, they moved the ball. I mean, everything was predicated on ball movement, as was the Celtics with Brett Auerbach. And then in the 80s, things changed a little bit. You start going to more isolation ball, where guys would post deep and force the double coverage to come all the way down to them, and then you start moving the ball around. Now you start seeing a spread offense where the ball's moving again like it was when the Knicks were playing and the Celtics were playing. And so, I think it just depends on the style of defense that you're seeing and the personnel that you have. I think that determines your style of play.
The Lakers in the lead. So last season, Kobe, one of the closest MVP races we've had in a long time, came down to Westbrook and Harden. Who did you think was going to win before the results came out, and why?
Yeah, I didn't even stop to think about that because they're both like little brothers to me. So even though I could sit there and say,
LA
okay,
kids too.
I know them both extremely well, and they're both extremely deserving of it. So I refuse to split it.
Yeah,
they're both my guys.
And different kinds of games, and both sensational individual players.
Yeah, they're just phenomenal. I mean, they can do so many things in the game, and now I think the next progression for them is to be able to dominate the game off the ball just as much as they can dominate on the ball. Right, because in the playoffs, the defense has a hard time finding them.
Here's Curry after the Suns pick up 2. Now Fry, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game to the left side wing. Paul with a wide open look and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And you got to stay with ball off that pin down. He's very smart at knowing how to position himself in these situations.
And now here's Chris. He's got 5. Booker left side. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Booker's got 6.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
And here's Barnes for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And their troubles just seemed to get compounded as they got later into that game. They did not have it that night whatsoever, and it ended up being a double-digit loss.
Zubac kicks the ball. Zubac the pass the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the floater, and it's good on the way in. He's got 10.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
And Kobe, you played for a handful of coaches during your career. When you look back on it, was there one coach you wished you could have played for but didn't have maybe a chance to play for?
Greg Popovich. That's an easy one for me. Although I did play for him in several All-Star games.
Yes, you did.
And one particular All-Star game in practice, he came up to me and said, okay, do you want me to just kind of go through like a whatever practice, or do you want me to do the real thing? I said, Pop, you got to do the real thing, because I've been dying to see what really goes on inside these Spurs practices.
Oh,
you
my
gotta,
gosh.
You got to give us a real practice, man.
Yeah.
And he did. And Tim just kind of looked at me and he was like, dude, seriously.
What are you doing there?
Come on, you're killing me.
So what was a Popovich practice like for you, and how did you try to set the tone?
It was high energy, and we moved from drill to drill, and it involved a lot of passing and moving and spacing. And so all of the shooting, it wasn't any individual shooting. all the individual shooting took place within a 5-man offensive structure, a ball movement, of passing and cutting, and all of a sudden your shot comes here in the corner, and then you slide up to the next line, and you dribble, penetrate, and kick it, and then you slide to the next line, dribble, penetrate, kick, right? So it involves constant movement where you're constantly training and conditioning the body that you're not just going to pass and stand and be a participant, right? You're going to be involved into in the action, not going to be a passive participant.
Kobe, that fadeaway jump shot here is such a foundational part of your game. What's the key to that particular shot? And who's carrying the torch for that shot now?
Well, yeah, the fadeaway is there's different ways to shoot the fadeaway. There's a Hakeem Olajuwon way of shooting the fadeaway. There's a microwave shooting the fadeaway.
Oscar used to do it, and I know you.
Oscar used to do it quite a bit. So I try to use bits and pieces from each, depending on the defender that I'm facing. But yeah, there's certain players that are carrying that shot now. LeBron shoots the fadeaway quite often, as does KD. He shoots it a lot. Clay will shoot it. Kawhi will shoot it quite a bit off of pull-up jumpers and things of that sort. So there are a lot of players doing it.
That's good from Crabbe.
And not a guy who gets to the charity stripe a ton, but overall, Crabbe shoots a solid percentage from there.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Allen. He's off on the second.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Kobe, you're a father. You've enjoyed that process, but basketball got in the way a lot of that. How do you balance fatherhood and playing at the level you played at?
Yeah, when I was winning championships there, our kids were still relatively young, or I should say babies. In my last few years, they were older and knew they could really feel my absence. And so what I try to do is try to bring them along for the process. So there were mornings I would wake them up and say, let's go. Say, we're going. Well, Daddy's going to go train, so let's go.
No kidding.
And I bring them with me. And they'd be in the gym shooting around or kicking a soccer ball around or hitting a volleyball around. But I felt like it was important as a father to not just tell them about hard work, but they need to see what I'm doing. When you're sleeping, this is what I'm doing here for 3 hours. And so they're a part of the process and feel connected to the process. But traveling and things of that nature is very, very hard because there's been plenty of birthdays that I've missed and school plays that I've missed.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Perea with it, and it's Lynn picking him up. Bogut kicks to Smith. No good on the three. Traveling was a part of your job, a part of mine. You missed some things with the kids, but I know you take pride, Kobe, in the fact that you made it to a lot of things as well. You were not an absent parent.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's having a great partner. I mean, my wife has been absolutely amazing, which I think is extremely important as well, because she really held down the fort at home, which to me is the toughest job in the world to do. I have it easy in terms of going out there and playing games, but to have the responsibility of actually raising young people to be outstanding citizens. You talk about pressure. I mean, that's I have to ask how she feels about handling that. You know what I mean? Because that's true pressure.
Well said. Here is Lynn after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. Feeds it to Williams. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Chris.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Here's Barea. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Caldwell Pope outside. A three-pointer off the mark. The Suns trailing. Lynn kicks to Crabbe. 1:04 left in the first. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Had a tough time getting going against the Thunder. He was a non-factor in that game.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
Lynn against Barea. Right side, Lynn. Dudley with a screen for Lynn. And the Suns miss again.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Barea. From 13, and we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lynn has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lynn.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Such a great way to get yourself into an offensive groove and build up some early confidence.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. T.J. Warren out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Alan Crabbe. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Williams at the center, locking down the middle. Now, here is Smith. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Kobe, a big part of the talent evaluation today is the psychological impact and that aspect, which I think will lead teams toward one prospect over another. If you were looking for personality traits in players and you were making that decision for a team, what trait would you value the most in a player?
No, curiosity. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's curiosity.
Why so?
Because curious people will always ask why things work or don't work.
And you were a big why asker.
You have to, because that's the only reason you win, is when you can figure out why things happen or didn't happen. Right? If you lose a game, a curious person won't point the finger. A curious person will say, well, why did we lose? Instead of just saying them. Right. They're going to go back and check the film and ask questions. Okay, why did we mess up there? Why did we blow that coverage there?
And the Suns making a change here. Ulis is checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Talk, Kobe, about some of the great one-on-one scores. You might be the best ever, actually. But when you take a look at the crop now, who are some good guys in that one-on-one category that you like?
Kyrie's sensational. Yeah,
Great handle.
Yeah,
How about his handle? Like one of the best ever, maybe.
Yeah, but he can post too, though.
No,
I mean,
right.
that's the thing is he can post up. He can turn left shoulder. He can turn right shoulder. He can shoot a left-hand jump hook coming across the middle. He can pull up going left. He can pull up going right. He can attack off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
He can attack off a triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's built the game without any weaknesses. I think most players, should be thankful that he's not 6'6".
You're right, because he'd be Kobe Bryant then, right? He'd be Kobe Bryant. But I always thought that, and his dad played big-time college basketball, played in Australia. Your dad played. I mean, there is something inherent, regardless of how much, that comes from the son of a pro player.
Growing up overseas as well.
Exactly, in Australia.
Growing up overseas as well. And
exactly.
Look at his game being so fundamentally sound and having the basic structure. There's a lot to be said for that.
Absolutely. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And Kobe, something that has changed in the NBA over the course of your career is the role of the power forward, the four. More and more you need to be able to stretch the floor, take your guy outside, shoot the three. Do you feel that that's a trend, or is that something you think that is here to stay in the NBA?
Well, I think things will evolve and things will change. I mean, you start getting power forwards like Tim Duncan and Garnett back in the league, Dirk. All of a sudden, it becomes less and less of a commodity to have smaller fours.
Right.
Because you're going to need to deal with the Tim Duncans and the Garnetts of the world. So I think it's just a natural evolution thing.
Did you, when you had to guard a big like that, ever fear going out and trying to get him on the side or even working him inside the lane where he would have more power, more advantage?
No, I never worried about it too much. What I try to do is I always try to study the film and figure out what their tendencies are, what their sweet spots are, and you just try to get them off of that. It's not necessarily about the size of them, but how do you get yourself in position where you can knock them off balance a little bit and use the lack of size that you have to disorient them.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
One shot.
Well, you got to play against some great defenders in the NBA like Draymond Green of Golden State and others. What are some of the things that, I mentioned Draymond Green, that he does as a player that you think separates him from the rest of the defensive guys in the league?
He does his research. He does his homework.
You can tell.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can tell. When you watch him play, he puts himself in position before the offensive player even attacks. And how does he know that? Because he's watching film. He studies. He knows the player's tendencies. And so when you mix in the research to go along with his frame and the quick hands and the foot speed, then you have a defensive player that's a force.
Here's Ennis after Jeremy Lin's bucket. There's the triple. Rebound by Williams. Suns trail by 7. And the trend around the league, Kobe, is more offense, more three-pointers, certainly spacing, fluid offense. Scoring is up around the league in a measurable way from, it seems like, year to year. Do you like the way this is trending, or do you think the NBA should maybe put a governor on this, harness it in just a little bit?
Well, I think it'll swing back to the way,
do you?
Yeah, because the game has gone through that progression before. It's constantly evolving. And so I think you'll see it swing back eventually. You'll have a couple teams that are just big and may have a dominant post player, and all of a sudden you're going inside, and then that team will win a championship, and then the rest of the teams in the league will try to copycat the way the game is played that way. Then things will swing back. So it's just natural evolution of the game, I think.
And after 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many teammates. Can you make a short list of some of your favorites over the years?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Pau Gasol for me. Derek Fisher.
And a quality person, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah, right.
And Derek Fisher, Ronny Turiaf is one of my all-time favorites. Lamar Odom, Shaq, obviously, Robert Horry, Rick Fox. I mean, I've been very fortunate to play with some great teams. Horace Grant, AC Green. I mean, the list goes. Ron Harper. I mean, I can go on and on all day long. Brian Shaw. I mean, I was very fortunate to have some really good teammates.
Los Angeles leading by 7. Kobe, you played in a big market like Los Angeles, one of the biggest in the world, but many are saying that market size matters less and less into the future of the NBA. Do you agree with that?
Well, in a certain aspect, yes, because of the digital age that we live in. I mean, the world is considerably smaller. You have access to market at the touch of a button.
So we see Milwaukee Bucks highlights with Antetokounmpo as much as we would see a Kobe Bryant highlight with Los Angeles.
Absolutely. But still, fundamentally, to play in a market like Los Angeles, Los Angeles being the entertainment capital of the world, New York being the great market as well, it's hard to top those no matter how digitally enhanced our society becomes.
Some say, Kobe, that the shooting guard crop in the NBA right now, a little light in terms of depth, not quite as many top two guards as we used to see play the game. Who do you like among some of the two guards you see now in the NBA?
Well, it depends who we're considering the two guard.
Right,
because
they just
ones,
blend,
the twos,
don't they?
the threes, they all just blend.
Combo guards are playing some forward position. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So, shooting guards to me are guards that have to do everything. You have to be able to play the post. You have to be able to play the perimeter. You have to be able to play the point. You have to do everything. So I'll put Russell Westbrook in that category. I'll put James Harden in that category. I'll put Kawhi Leonard in that category. There's a lot of players I'm forgetting. Even Giannis, I would say, is two guard because of what he does.
Yes.
So there's a lot of talented guards out there.
Did you like the ball in your hand, bringing it up, or would you have rather someone else bring it up, then get it to you in the half court, and then do what you did?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm jealous about Michael. Because Michael didn't have to do that. He had Pippen.
Well, yes, right. Who always brought it up.
Yeah,
yes,
so he could focus on coming off the screens and catching and shooting. He didn't have to think about facilitating first. He could think about scoring and then passing out of double teams.
Here's Ulis following the basket by Lonzo Ball. There's a screen by Chris. Here's Booker. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Booker's got 8 points.
And that is countless off-season drilling with that kind of footwork to get that separation.
Ball dishes to Barnes. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Barnes has got his third basket of the night right there. And Kobe, you talked about coming off screen. Some guys come off a screen and kind of just lollygag. You came off and you passed the ball and then get back at it again. Yeah.
Efficient.
Explode off those screens.
Angles, right?
Yes.
You got to be able to read those things. And when you're catching, you're in attack mode all the time. Because then it's demoralizing to the defense.
I'm sure it is.
Because you're always on.
Yeah.
You're always looking. You're always checking. You're always in fear that he's going to attack. So, yeah, we always try to keep our foot on the gas.
Always.
Or foot on the throat.
Yeah. Lynn kicks to Ulis. Allen outside. Shoots over Zubats. Allen's shot is off.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And Kobe, you look around the league and you see a lot of former players as head coaches, guys that you actually played against. Have you ever thought about coaching down the line?
Nope. No, I have not. Not for me. It's for them, though, but it's not for me.
I would think that it would be tough to try to get the same result out of players you coach and not comparing it to the way you played, the way you prepared, the way you were coached.
That's what I hear. I just don't have the desire to even think about it that far. I mean, it's not something that I'm into. But that's the challenges I hear. When Bird was coaching, when Magic was coaching, I always hear that as being the challenge. But ultimately, you have to find different ways to motivate players. And, nobody's the same, right? So you just have to figure out how to get them to their highest level. But still in all, coaching is just not for me.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Now here's Ennis. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shoots a three, drops in the tray. And Kobe, your spectacular high school career at Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia, in that Philadelphia area, paved the way for your NBA career. Talk about some of the highlights of your days in high school.
Well, my days in high school were fun. I mean, I played at a small high school called Lower Merion High School, so not too many people heard of it. When you come to Philadelphia, the schools that you hear of are Overbrook, where Wilt Chamberlain went to school, Bartram, right, where Earl the Pearl Monroe went to school, right? But you never heard of little old Lower Merion High School, right? So it was a huge honor to be able to bring a state championship to Lower Merion and kind of put Lower Merion on the map. And that's the most exciting part about it.
Oh, a terrific story indeed. A huge honor, I'm sure. And it's good, 2 points. And that's now 10 points for Devin Booker. Kobe, you were a player who lived in the gym. What motivated you as you go back and look at all those hours you spent in the gym to do that, to follow that path?
I loved it. I loved the game. It wasn't a matter of working hard. I didn't realize I was working hard until like my second or third year in the league, when I realized here in the NBA, a lot of players don't do that.
Right.
It was kind of a big shock to me. Like, I assumed everybody in the NBA
just worked hard.
Yeah, but to me, it wasn't hard work. It was like, I love doing this. Like, there's no place on earth I'd rather be than be here in this gym with a basketball in the hoop.
But the greats are always the hardest workers, aren't they? I mean, right? Have you ever seen a great player who is not the hardest worker on their team?
No, I've seen players have great seasons, and and then the next season it's not so much,
right.
And then they have another great one, and the consistency isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
The truly great players love what they do, and that looks like hard work to the outside world.
Did you enjoy playing the game? There was so much you put into the game, but did you enjoy the game?
I did. I enjoyed the game. I loved playing, the competition and all that, the getting ready and all that. But I enjoyed practice more.
Did you?
I did. I enjoyed training and practice more than I did the game.
There's the pick. To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. And Bledsoe, here we go. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Ball, the pass to Zubac. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And how about the level of concentration on display here by Jackson? That doesn't shy away from getting hit while shooting.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Curry's checked in for Ball. And a change for the Suns. Dudley's checked in.
One shot, find the lanes.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
Yeah, and the versatility of Jackson's game. He's a super confident kid who certainly has the potential to be a star.
Now, here's Fry. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Curry, outside for Barea. Down low, shot clock at 6. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That's his first foul. .157 left to play in the first half. Barea kicks to Curry. Clock at 4. Shot to stop the run. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Allen. Bledsoe at the elbow. It's deflected. Barnes left side. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Lakers shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Barnes.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Barnes hits them both. 1:31 left to play here in the half. Booker against Curry. Jackson setting the pick here for Bledsoe. And he banks in the layup. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 5 now for the Suns.
He's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Hey, Kobe, thanks so much for stopping by and having some fun with us tonight on the broadcast. Hope we can do it again real soon.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me.
Kobe Bryant. And Brent, you know firsthand the level of basketball IQ Kobe had when he played. Always interesting to hear what he has to say about the game.
Well, absolutely, Kevin. Kobe's one of the ultimate competitors and understands every nuance of the game. So nice to have some Mamba moments here for us.
Here's Fry after Eric Bledsoe's score. Barnes passes to Zubats. Excellent D there from Allen.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And here is Curry after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. There's a good screen. Curry outside. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Jackson dishes to Allen. Kicks it out to Booker. Passes it to Bledsoe. And slam dunk by Allen. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Phoenix ahead. They lead by 12. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points and 2 rebounds. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out, and you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Brent, when you were playing in Seattle, those were the best assist years statistically of your career. What led you to become such a catalyst for that offense?
Well, it was interesting just as I finally got an opportunity to start to play with the basketball as a 2-guard a little bit more in Seattle, trying to play a little bit more up-tempo. And again, I'll mention opportunities because of Gary Payton getting double-teamed. It opened up situations for me, Kevin, where I could be a bit more creative as the off guard.
And you love that, didn't you?
I love playing that way. I wish I had more years of doing that, kind of the run-and-gun style that Phoenix employed for most of the mid-2000s with that 7 seconds or less. I could have been agreeable with that.
They've got Ivica Zubats. Curry is out there with ball. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Fry in a power forward position. That's the Laker 5.
Think about Eric Bledsoe and the early part of his career as an understudy to Chris Paul out of college, learning from both him and Chauncey Billups. That ain't bad. Didn't come into his own until he was finally traded and became a full-time starter.
And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. And with Bledsoe, you hear him talk about getting traded, and it was a big moment for him in his career.
Well, sometimes you need a change of scenery, Kevin, and then other times teams tell you, here comes a change of scenery. But Eric Bledsoe has shown under the tutelage of Chris Paul in the early part of his career in Los Angeles that he's ready to head up a franchise.
Ball no good. Phoenix leading by 14. Outside Jackson. Pass to Chris. From the baseline. It's hauled in by Fry.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Now here's Barnes over Jackson. Los Angeles with another miss.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles on D. It's a 14-point game. Kicks it to Bledsoe. There's a screen by Chris. And Zubats with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Lakers.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it close. What little offense they've been able to generate has come from the backcourt. They just need a little more balance.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Ball. That one misses. Good D by Bledsoe. Phoenix leading by 14. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his third foul of the game. And Booker kicks to Allen. Three-pointer.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Chris with another miss. Over to the left wing. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Ball kicks to Fry. And again, the Lakers no good.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And Bledsoe, here we go.
Eric Bledsoe hungry to score, and he's doing a great job of it right now.
Lakers trail by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
They set the screen. Barnes passes the ball. 6 to shoot. Shot to stop the drought. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Outside for Jackson. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got 6.
And you can see now Jackson starting to shoot that shot with ease. A lot of confidence now flowing through the young fella.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
Hey, Brent, it's been said before that champions have no off season. Thinking about that, what's your take on the balance between resting your body after a long year versus really pushing the strength and conditioning that could take you to another level the next year?
Well, I could throw it back at you, Kevin, and ask you about as you get older and your body changes, you have to do different things, right?
And more, yeah.
Right. So in your younger years, if you don't make the playoffs or you're in the playoffs, maybe to take 1 month off and get right back into the gym, your body's ready to do that and in tune. Take a player that's 10 years down the road, there's no reason for you to push your body. You can be a little more specialized and be a little more efficient in terms of what you do in the off season to get ready for what a training camp represents and then, of course, the upcoming season.
Andrew Bogut checked in for the Lakers. Smith comes in for Barnes. Alan Williams, he's checked in for the Suns. Here's Ball. 15 points in the game. Curry kicks to Smith. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 7 points for J.R. Smith.
Well, that's what Smith does best, a long-range specialist who loves to square up from outside the three-point line.
Bledsoe dishes to Williams. Here's Chris. Another 3 for Phoenix.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Ball with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Lakers working the ball around now. Smith up top, covered by...
JR getting up huge that time. What a jam.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Rebound by Smith. Lakers trail by 14. Curry wide open, and another three for the Lakers.
Well, you like it when J.R. Smith moves the ball. You know J.R. wants to shoot it. Nice pass there.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 14. Williams passes to Booker. Shoots over Curry. Again, the miss by Booker.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 15. Outside for Curry. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Suns leading by 8. Bledsoe outside. Williams, good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 6 assists here tonight.
When Bledsoe's feeding his guys, his team is much better for it. They love watching him whip the ball around the perimeter.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And we all know what a factor Andrew Bogut is at the defensive end, Brent, but talk about what he brings to the table offensively.
The first thing I think about, Kevin, is the fact that he's just a great screen setter at his size. He uses his body, he shifts around, he creates good angles for the guards to get to the rim or pull up for jump shots behind massive screens. And then secondly, a very gifted passer up top. So cutters beware, the ball might get you.
Free throw good, Bogut.
Bogut's such a hard-nosed and intelligent big man, and a player certainly at his position that always has your back.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Chris. Alan Crabb comes in for Jackson. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Devin Booker. And he can't hit the second. And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
Pass to Kuzma. He feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Lin with the steal. Now, here's Warren. D right on him. They grab their own miss. Williams' shot is off.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Smith outside. The feed to Ennis. Floats one up. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Ennis has got 5.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Crabb dishes to Bledsoe. His three-pointers off the mark.
Well, even though he missed, you like seeing him taking that kind of shot. The defense must be better.
Smith, no luck. Suns leading by 7. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Warren sets the pick for Bledsoe. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Bledsoe likes to get to the interior. That time, a good job getting near the bucket to score.
Ennis kicks to Smith. Here's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And J.R. Smith, one of the more unabashed gunners, Brent, in the NBA.
I always say this about J.R. Smith, Kevin. When in doubt, shoot. Stay in doubt all the time. And J.R. Smith has played his career in doubt.
And the first one drops.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
Zubac is checked in for the Lakers. Barea comes in for Tyler Ennis. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you could see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Brent, as we're becoming a more positionless league, the league is asking guys entering the NBA to do more things. And so, with that being said, of some of the youngsters, who strikes you as the most versatile?
I really love the demeanor and approach of Karl Anthony Towns' game right now. I just feel like there's something that he has in terms of how he controls himself on the floor, Kevin, and the full confidence of the complement of skills he has. Stepping back and shooting threes, playing out of the post and making passes, handling the ball on the fast break. I think Karl Anthony Towns does some amazing things and is incredibly versatile from that 5 position.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Off the pick. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Last time the Suns saw postseason basketball was back in 2010. This team knows that the next step for them in the rebuilding process is to get back to competitive level of play. These Suns fans are certainly not used to not seeing postseason basketball in the desert.
And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Suns.
And you look at the chart and you see they have done a lot of their damage in the mid-range game. So often teams will try to force everything at the hoop or only rely on the 3 to score, but they have seen what the defense is giving them and taken every open look they found.
Lakers trail by 11. And the Suns, they've had so much success as a franchise, Brent, for so long. This is actually their longest playoff drought in team history.
Yeah, they've had a ton of playoff consistency, and they were unlucky to not ever have won a title, especially during the years with Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and when Grant Hill was added to that roster. Great talent and a great style under Mike D'Antoni. All those teams came up a little bit short. Now they've got a young roster that's trying to get back to try and experience and taste what it's like to be in those kind of games.
Shooting 1.
And that one misses.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP
also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Krabs got 8.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line or you risk getting burned.
Now here's Barea. He kicks it to Smith. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Smith's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Los Angeles. Barea against Len. The dish to Williams. Shoots over Zubats, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Suns have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Now the pass to Kuzma. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
And here are the Suns now, following the 3 by the Lakers. 5 to shoot. Lynn with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Phoenix, no good that time either. Lakers trail by 8. Dishes it to Barea. Smith the pass to Barea. They set the pick. Back to Smith. Feeds to Caldwell Pope. This one for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now it's only a 5-point Suns lead.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Lynn kicks to Williams. He dishes it to Warren. High post shot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got 4 rebounds in this game. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 11. Passes it to Zubats. Smith for 3. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And the Suns call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Barnes, who's checked in for Los Angeles. Allen's checked in for Phoenix. Tyler Ulis comes in for Jared Dudley. There's 1:38 left in the third quarter. To the left side wing. Lynn dishes to Allen. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 11.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lynn against Caldwell Pope. Outside, Lynn. Pass to Warren. Kicks to Cramp. Tries a three. Another three for Phoenix. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. On the wing, Barnes. Pass to Zubac. Back to Barnes. High, arcing shot, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. T.J. Warren picks one up.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
The first one falls. And, Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, three positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Suns. That one is no good.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
Now, here's Ulis. 6 points for him. There's a good screen. Here's Warren. And it falls over the rim and in. Warren's got 8.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Lynn against Caldwell Pope. Just 4 to shoot. From deep, Barea. That shot, no good. Warren. No good on that one. And so it's Phoenix bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the action after this word. Three quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. And so here's Phoenix. They host the Spurs after this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Jackson, the young perimeter pair. Marquise Chris is out there with Allen. And it's Ulis in at the point.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second three of the half right there.
And here is Ball. He feeds it to Barnes. Curry outside. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Now here's Booker. A three-pointer off the mark.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. They dodged the bullet there.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And you see the quickness of KCP bursting to the rim.
Suns leading by 8. Booker with it. Now guarded by Ball. Allen outside. Stolen by Ball. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. A fadeaway. And Contavious Caldwell-Pope with a 3.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Ulis kicks to Jackson. Over Caldwell-Pope. Here's Chris. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
How about Chris using a little bit of muscle to get his way, fighting through the contact that time.
And Phoenix making a change here. Bledsoe's checked in.
One shot.
That's good from Chris.
Marquise Chris has potential oozing from his fingertips. So exciting and so athletic at that 4 spot.
Now here's Barnes. Back to Curry. Here's the screen. Now Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Curry attacking. Good D by Bledsoe.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Booker off the left rim and out.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, just scanning the box score and looking at the rebound total tonight, I don't believe it. Shows the absolute passion he has for that part of the game.
Now here's Caldwell-Pope. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Los Angeles with another miss. Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Caldwell-Pope. To the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation? He has been an absolute wrecking ball from outside during this half, guys.
Here's Curry. The feed the ball. This one for 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Phoenix leading by 6. Jackson setting the pick here for Bledsoe. Back to Chris. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
And the Lakers making a change here. Zubats is checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Lakers trail by 9. The dish to Fry. They set the pick. Back to Curry. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Suns leading by 9. Out to the wing. Booker outside. There's a screen by Chris. Lets it go. A nice shot by Booker. Ball with it. And the Lakers call time here. Scoring has never been an issue for Booker, but as he grows into a bigger role, Brent, on this team, you'll want him to do more than just score.
Of course, a remarkable shooter. You'd like his shot selection to get better. You'll wonder, as this team grows and grows around what Devin Booker has in terms of his potential, where it is that he could go.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team. He was not pleased. He said, "You guys look dead out there." Told them they've got to play with more activity. And then he said, "This is not going to cut it. I have to see who's going to step it up, guys."
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Here's Chris. And Allen slams it in.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Phoenix. 5 on the clock. Here's Curry. And no good that time. And Phoenix will come the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Jackson kicks to Bledsoe. Back to Jackson. There's a screen by Chris. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Curry on the wing. Defended by Booker. Ball, the pass to Curry. Now, here's Ball. The pass to Zubac. Stolen by Allen. Booker against Curry. And Booker kicks to Bledsoe. Dishes to Allen. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Clock at 6. Excellent use of the screen that time. Chris has got 18 points now here in the second half.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Curry dishes the ball. And here's Barnes for 3. Good on the triple.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Now here's Bledsoe. On the wing, Booker launches a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Barnes, right side. There's the screen. And here is Ball. He kicks to Curry.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon, because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Feeds it to Barnes. Clock at 6. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Shooting off the pass, that means Bledsoe set himself early and was ready to let it fly.
Now Ball. Outside Curry. They set the pick. Now here's Ball. Guarded by Bledsoe. Ball, the pass to Zubac. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. It's Curry outside. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5-for-11 night.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
Now here's Bledsoe. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. Opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. Knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Curry. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. So it's the Lakers now. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
And Fry kicks to Zubac. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Suns leading by 10. Bledsoe dishes to Allen. Caldwell Pope against Booker. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Ball. Down low, off the screen. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And love how Ball uses the pick and roll to his advantage. Excellent at creating passes around defenders.
They set the pick. Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Ball. Again, the miss by Booker.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He dishes it to Ball. And Allen with the block. Here's Jackson. Passes to Bledsoe. Kicks it out to Booker. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist in the game.
Booker shooting the ball immediately off the pass. Defense, really no chance.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. There's a screen. Now here's Ball. Guarded closely. Count that one. Ball's got 20 points.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
Here's Bledsoe. Here's Booker. That one off the back iron and out.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
The team came in fired up from the opening tip. You could see the focus. They're ready to do battle.
And the Suns making a change here. Allen Williams, he's checked in for Allen. Dudley comes in for Marquise Chris. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Jackson. And Tyler Ewis subbed in for Booker.
One shot.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
Screen by Bogut. There's the pick. Ennis with the ball. For three, Caldwell Pope. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries. Bledsoe passes to Ulis. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And the Suns lead by 14.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We getting out in transition, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.